Hey everyone, this is Mr. Ryan here with the Roanoke Public Libraries. Today we are at the Science Museum of Western Virginia for a special Out of This World story time. Today I'm going to be reading May Among the Stars for you. This is by Rhoda Ahmed and Stasia Burrington. Little May was a dreamer. They say that daydreamers never succeed, but little May was different. One day, May was working on an assignment for school about what she wanted to be when she grew up. What will you tell them, May? I will tell them I want to see Earth. This is Earth, May, her mother said. The flowers, the grass, the forest, and the mountains. We live on Earth. I know, but I want to see Earth from out there. That's an amazing plan, little May. Then you have to become an astronaut. That way you can see Earth from space. Astronaut? Do you think I could do that? Of course you can. If you can dream it, if you believe it, and you work hard for it, anything is possible. May asked her mom to take her to the library. She searched for books about space and astronauts. After dinner, May drew pictures of space, and she even made her own astronaut costume out of old orange curtains and cardboard boxes. Later, she asked her dad, "But how do I become an astronaut? It seems impossible." You will find your way, May, because if you dream it, believe in it, and work hard for it, anything is possible. But space is so far away. It's closer than you think, little May, and you may get there sooner than you think. That night, May had a happy dream. She was dancing in space, surrounded by billions of sparkling stars. Below her, she could see Earth floating and turning like a shining crystal ball. The next morning, May told her parents about her dream. She wanted to tell everyone, and every time she talked about it, her eyes would light up. In the classroom, Miss Bell told everyone to stand in a line on the rug. Today we're all going to share our dreams about the future. What do you want to be, and what do you want to do when you grow up? Who wants to go first? I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a teacher. Football player. I want to be a mom. I want to go to space, and I want to be an astronaut. All the kids started laughing. Miss Bell asked, "May, are you sure you don't want to be a nurse? Nursing would be a good profession for someone like you." "I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be an astronaut." May felt very disappointed. On her way home from school, May was quiet. She looked out at the car window. Her world turned blue and cold. Nothing was the way it used to be. At home, May started crying. "Miss Bell said I can't become an astronaut." "What a silly thing to say," said her mother. "She told me I should be a nurse instead," said May. Her mom wiped away her tears. "My dear May, I hope you didn't believe her." "Of course I believed her. She's my teacher." "I'm sorry Miss Bell didn't encourage you, but she can't stop you. No one can stop you. Follow your dream, May, and go to space." "Thank you, Mom. I promise when I get to space, I will wave to you and Dad from the spaceship." Her mom took her hand and they started dancing. You must always repeat to yourself, If I can dream it, if I can believe in it, and if I work hard for it, anything is possible. May went on dreaming, believing, and working really hard, and guess what? She went to space and waved to her mom and dad on Earth. So a little about who this is written. Dr. Mae Jemison. Merrill K. Jemison was born October 17, 1956 in Decatur, Alabama. Mae always loved science. She loved being outside and looking up at the stars, knowing that one day she would travel to space. Mae is highly educated. She graduated from Morgan Park High School in 1973, and at the incredible age of 16, she enrolled at Stanford University, earning a Bachelor's of Science degree in Chemical Engineering in 1977. After Mae got her MD in 1981 from Cornell Medical College, she briefly worked as a general practitioner before leaving to work with the Peace Corps as a medical officer in Liberia and Sierra Leone. When she returned home, Mae decided to follow her childhood dream of going to space, and she accomplished many firsts. She applied to NASA's astronaut training program and on June 4, 1987, was accepted. She became the first African-American female astronaut. On September 12, 1922, Mae's dream finally came true when she traveled to space on the Shuttle Endeavour mission STS-47. It was then that Mae officially became the first African-American woman in space. Mae left NASA in 1993 and became the first real astronaut to act in an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Today, she heads the Jemison Group and the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence. Mae speaks fluent Russian, Japanese, and Swahili. I hope you enjoyed our story time today, and we'll see you next time.
Hi guys, this is Miss Lucy, and I'm going to read you Otter in Space by Sam Garden. On Sunday, Otter Keeper took me and Teddy to the museum. The museum is the best place ever. We saw a huge dinosaur skeleton and met Teddy's cousin. We also looked at old paintings made before crayons were invented. In a museum, even boring things become interesting if they are old enough. But our most favorite part was a special room all about outer space. There were lots of fun things to do and buttons to press. Teddy and I got to see a real moon rock. Otter Keeper said it came all the way from the moon, and the moon is very far away. The video told us so. Our last stop in the museum was a very important one, the gift shop. Unfortunately, Otter Keeper said I couldn't buy everything I needed, so I was forced to make some very difficult decisions. On the way home, Teddy and I were a little sad. We had a new spaceship, but we really needed a moon rock too. The next day, after Otter Keeper left for work, we were still sad. Playing in outer space was no fun with just a spaceship. Teddy suggested going back to the museum to get a moon rock, but no one knew how to get there without Otter Keeper. Giraffe offered to drive, but I don't really think he knows how. I needed to think of a clever plan to get my moon rock. This took a long time. Then suddenly I had the best idea ever. Teddy and I would get our moon rock from the same place the museum did, the moon. We made a very important list of very important things. It was very important. Really important things to do. First, make an important list. 2, make space suit. 3, train Teddy. 4, find real space rock. But before getting started, we decided to have our lunch. Thinking of ideas and writing lists can make you hungry. Lunch is very important too. The first thing on our list was to build our spacesuits. You must not forget to bring a spacesuit if you're going to the moon. Unfortunately, our house has a lot of gravity, and this can make it hard to properly test a spacesuit. Teddy took his spacesuit off. He didn't seem to be taking space travel seriously. So I decided it was time to start his training. Problem solving wasn't his strong point, but he impressed everyone with his performance in the anti-gravity training. Teddy asked if Giraffe would be coming with us to the moon. I explained that Giraffe, of all people, certainly could not come. Giraffe had a very important job back on Earth. Mission control. Now it was time to build our spaceship. This was very important, and I told everyone they had to help, but I still had to do the most of the work myself. Finally, it was time for launch. Liftoff went very well, but we did have a bumpy moon landing, and my spacesuit got a little broken. We didn't have long to find our moon rock, but luckily they were all hiding in the same place. We chose the best moon rock we could find, the biggest one. It was hard to get it back to Earth, but Teddy and I agreed it was worth it. The day got much better now that we had a moon rock to play with, and then Otter Keeper came home. We discovered he really doesn't like moon rocks. In fact, he was quite upset and said that the moon rock had to go back to where it came from. This was a silly idea. We obviously couldn't get it back to the moon because our spaceship was broken. Otter Keeper said we could discuss what to do with the moon rock at dinner. I kept my spacesuit on the whole time to show I was serious. Finally, Otter Keeper agreed to let us keep the moon rock, but only if we took it outside for a bath. That evening, Otter Keeper added, "Do not dig up moon rocks" to our list of things not to do. But he didn't say anything about digging up other things, so tomorrow, Teddy and I have decided to go back to the moon to dig up a dinosaur. Thank you guys.
Hello, today I'm reading Pete the Cat, Out of This World. It's a great day. Pete the Cat is going to space camp. Pete meets his bunkmate, Glenn. As they unpack, there is an announcement. Welcome, space campers. Please head to the classroom. Your mission begins now. Time to suit up, says Pete. He and Glenn put on their uniforms and race to class. There are so many cool things to do and super neat stuff to see. Astronauts Tom and Chris talk about the trips they've taken, and they give a sneak peek at future space trips. It would be totally rad to go to space, says Pete. The campers find out what it feels like to be an astronaut. They go in the zero-gravity chamber. They ride in their rovers. They even build rockets. Pete's rocket flies very, very far. Way to go, Pete, shouts Glenn. Next stop is mission control. We have some exciting news, said Tom. Our next flight leaves today. We're going to the moon and we have room for more. Pete, do you want to go? Asked Sally. That would be awesome, says Pete. So Pete's headed to space. Let's count them down. It's time to buckle up and settle into the space capsule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff! Pete's on his way to space. Their ship speeds through space. They blast past a satellite and even spot a comet. Tom and Sally have a rocking surprise for Pete, his guitar. He plays a groovy interstellar song for them. Mission Control listens in. In no time at all, they arrive on the moon. They are ready to explore. The astronauts collect rocks and map out the moon's surface. Pete has a very important job to do. He straps on a jetpack and heads towards Mars. He takes tons of pictures. Oh no, Pete lost track of time and the moon is far, far away. He has to make it up back to the ship before it blasts off. Phew, Pete made it back in the nick of time. The astronauts head home, and there's time for a few more tunes. Pete sure knows how to make an entrance. Pete's trip to outer space was out of this world. Still, he's psyched to have his feet back on solid ground. Rocket on, Pete. The end.